Bogachuk.
For the Ukraine, 22 years old. He works out of the noted summit in Big Bear, California, under the direction of that man right there, the always outspoken Abel Sanchez.
And folks who haven't seen Bogachuk fight are going to like his style. He is he's a thin man.
6 bouts as a professional. He is perfect. 6 victories, all 6 wins coming by way of knockout. The undefeated middleweight from Vinnytsia, Ukraine. Here is El Flaco, Sergey Bogachuk. And your referee in charge of the action, Rudy Barragan.
We're going to go 6 rounds, okay? Obey my commands and protect yourselves at all times, okay? Good luck to you both.
So our main event is set. Bogachuk against Lucius Johnson. 6 rounds. Doug, here's the tail of the tape.
Yeah, these guys are middleweights. They're really, both guys are really more like welterweights slash junior middleweights. You see that Bogachuk is 4 years younger, and he has a slight height advantage, which is very rare for Johnson. Johnson is used to being the taller fighter.
See Johnson early on pressing the attack, playing the role of the aggressor, which I think Bogachuk would absolutely welcome. This is his style of fight, and Johnson's going to keep doing this.
Yeah, I don't think Johnson will. I think what Johnson is trying to do is come out and earn some respect and take some of the play away from Bogachuk. If he did his homework on Bogachuk, he knows that he's a stalker, that he likes to come forward, so he wants to go out there and command the center of the ring. But really, Johnson might be at his best when he's doing a stick and move strategy. Because he's got the height, he's got the reach, he's got a really good educated jab. And nice lateral movement.
Oh, that was a good
oh my goodness.
Fight back, Lucius, fight back. There you go.
People, we
got a lot going on in the span of seconds.
Everyone hitting the canvas. The counter right hand. Bogachuk has hit the deck.
Your knee touch the floor. Your knee touch the floor. Okay, let's go. Box.
An eventful round number 1 between Johnson and Bogachuk.
Yeah, I'd never seen Johnson wobbled or rocked before. He was hurt by Bogachuk, but it was Bogachuk who tasted canvas.
And it looks like a mouthpiece has been dislodged from Lucius Johnson. And we're going to get a momentary respite here in what's been an action-packed first 90 seconds in round number 1. This fight has been as advertised early on. And you can see Johnson a couple of times in round number 1 has gone into the southpaw stance.
Yes, he does that. He switches stances. He's a switch hitter.
And Doug, I think you were there at the Forum when he fought Ferdinand Karamoyan back at the Forum.
Karamoyan was winning that fight, but going into the final round, Johnson had the young man, the hot young prospect, out on his feet.
Karamoyan, I believe, is now signed with Golden Boy Promotions and managed by Ronda Rousey.
That is correct.
Keep him up, Lucius.
Both guys have the power to hurt each other. Johnson is I think he's, at least he started this fight as the quicker of the two.
You know what, though, Doug? This early knockdown of Bogachuk certainly has not dissuaded him. He is as aggressive as ever.
He's not one to get discouraged.
Stop. Come on. Let's go.
I think Bogachuk has fought well since the knockdown. Hard round to score, too.
And that's it. 3 minutes down. We got 5 more scheduled. Bogachuk, many jumped out early, pressed the advantage, and hit the canvas in round number 1. It's been a very eventful fight thus far.
Yeah, and because of that knockdown, I'm scoring the opening round for Johnson. However, I'm scoring it 10-9 because Johnson was hurt in that round, and Bogachuk took over maybe the last 30 seconds of this bout. And there was a right hand and you know, a ref could have called that a technical knockdown because the rope saved Johnson from hitting canvas, really. Bogachuk is pressing his advantage, trying to hurt Johnson further as Johnson is tied up in the ropes. And Johnson goes down. Now that was after Bogachuk had already tasted canvas.
Doug, I've never seen a fighter that's get knocked down actually score a knockdown of himself. I think we've seen it all now, but let's see what happens here in round number 2. Bogachuk and Johnson. 6 rounds scheduled in the junior middleweight division.
I don't think.
Oh, good body shot.
Yes, exactly, and that hurt Johnson. He reacted to it. I don't think Johnson needs to stand or stay in the pocket with Bogachuk. I think he needs to get off and move around the Ukrainian.
Well, he's not a natural counterpuncher, as Johnson, so he needs to either be first or he's going to really have some problems if Bogachuk is coming down like a landslide downhill on him.
I agree, and I think it would behoove Johnson to establish his jab from a distance. There's a nice jab.
Well, yeah, Bogachuk is certainly a pressure-swarming fighter. This is the type of guy that Abel Sanchez really likes to train. Another good left hook to the body.
And Bogachuk's technique has improved since the last time I saw him fight. I called one of his fights along with Beto Duran, I believe on the undercard of Canelo Alvarez Gennady Golovkin 1. That was last September. And he was a real swarmer in that fight. In this fight, he's a little more technically sound. And I think there's more leverage on his punches.
Let him go, let him go.
You know, just looking at their body language, it seems to me that Bogachuk is much more comfortable. Let's go to Cynthia Conte with the stablemate of Bogachuk, Murat Gassiev.
He do very well, but this guy almost finished. He need a little bit more pressure, but he's still dangerous. It's good fight for Sergey right now.
What does Sergey need to do?
He doing everything fine. Just
Let him go, Lucius.
be patient. That's it.
What is Lucius not doing?
No, he try beat Sergey. He have good boxing school, good heart. Don't give up. Right now we see very, very good fight.
I'll let you get back to the fight. Thank you, sir, Murat.
And round number 2 has been controlled by Bogachuk, hurting Johnson to the body visibly a couple of times, and there's another left hook to the body.
Yeah, the left hook is landing with leverage, and the right hand to the head is also landing with authority in this round.
Yeah, just looking at the facial expression of Johnson at the end of round number 2, certainly looks very distressed from the assault of the young man from Ukraine.
Don't try to hit him with this hand. Try to turn him like this and hit him with the other. Alright? Because he's coming in with his head down. Turn him to the way you want to turn him to hit him with the second shot. Not the first shot, the second shot.
Постарайся его ударить не первым ударом, а первым ударом подготовь, разверни, вторым ударом ударь. Понял?
You understand that?
Bogachuk in close, works a right uppercut followed by a hook to the chest, measuring himself, lands the left right under the armpit, followed by a straight right to the jaw, backs Johnson to the ropes. Johnson was still dangerous in this round. He was firing back in spots, but it was Bogachuk who was in command.
And keep this in mind, the announced weight, there is a 10-pound weight advantage for Johnson. But
he looks bigger.
Yeah, he does, but Bogachuk has had no problems hurting him and visibly affecting him with his shots throughout the first 2 frames.
Right, technically this is a middleweight bout, but Bogachuk is a welterweight. Bogachuk is a welterweight who routinely spars with junior middleweights and middleweights. And if I don't think the height and reach of Johnson is going to be as much as a problem as it would be for most prospects, because Bogachuk, one of his sparring partners, is 6'4".
And Bogachuk certainly has not been shy about trudging forward and really controlling the act. Oh, another good right hand.
Yeah. He and Johnson ran right into that right hand. Johnson's got a very good chin.
He does, but one thing I've noticed, when he is in that southpaw stance, he is very open to that right hand, which is one of the classic punches that you will use against the southpaw. The Bogachuk now really just wading in with a lot of confidence.
I think Johnson should use the uppercut whenever, because Bogachuk kind of leans forward when he gets in close. And again, the straight right from Bogachuk is on target.
And Johnson's legs seem to be a little bit wobbly here, Doug. And his mouthpiece comes out again as he takes a left hook to the body.
Yes, it was from that body shot. There's the uppercut from Johnson. It is there for him to land, but it's hard. Oh, he's hurt.
Another left hook to the body.
Come on, fight back, Lucius, fight back.
I think you could call this Abel Sanchez Mexican-style fighting, and right now, Johnson is really fighting for his life here, getting drowned by a swarm of leather.
He's still firing back, but it doesn't look like his legs are firmly under him. Bogachuk has some very good reflexes. He's seeing everything in there, but he's also getting away from a lot of these counter shots from Johnson.
It's been all Bogachuk here in round number 3, pounding away to the body with the occasional right hand over the top and another right hand.
He does not let his opponents breathe.
Doug,
and Johnson right now is gasping for air.
No, it's a very crafty attack. He sets up a lot of stuff downstairs with the left hand. He comes right over the top with the right. There's another right hand.
Come on, show me something, Lucius. Show me something.
Referee Rudy Barragan is watching this fight very closely. I think he's concerned for Johnson.
About 15 seconds ago, he said, show me something. Bogachuk swarming. Both hands, and the fight is waved off, I believe. Yes, it is.
And I wonder if that was from the corner. I see Jerry Rosenberg and Johnson's supporter.
Well, hold on. Did they actually call the fight? I think they did. I see the ringside physicians in the corner of Johnson.
Now, in the state of California, the ringside physician or the referee can stop the fight, and it's very rare that a referee will disagree with the ringside doctor.
Well, Bogachuk runs to 7-0 against a pretty game guy in Lucius Johnson, who had a moment in round number 1, sending him to the canvas. But for the most part, you see why many people are high on the fan-friendly style of this guy from the Ukraine who trains out of Big Bear. He is a swarming, attacking fighter. He's going to be a problem in these longer fights.
Yeah, and he's one of these Ukrainians that did not have an extensive amateur career. That's what we're used to from, notable professional Ukrainian boxers. They had a great amateur background, but you told me that he had a very limited amateur background, but he's learned a lot up in Big Bear Lake.
All right, let's get the particulars from Joe Martinez.
Ladies and gentlemen, 2 minutes, 47 seconds into round number 3. The blue corner requests this bout be stopped. Therefore, referee Rudy Barragan puts a halt to it. We have your winner by TKO victory. He is still undefeated, El Flaco Sergey Bogachuk.
Lucius, get his gloves. His gloves, get her, take them off.
And Bogachuk certainly making a statement here at the Avalon in Hollywood. The initial edition of Hollywood Fight Night on 360 Promotions. He is now 7-0, and he will make his way as the victor to Cynthia Conte. Get a few words to what that young man has to say. Certainly a young man worth keeping an eye on. And let's go to Cynthia Conte now with the victor.
Can you translate? Congratulations, you are still undefeated. Okay, this fight was stopped. What was going on in your mind? I mean, his legs were out. His legs were out. What was going through your mind to know that you're going to finish this fight?
Да ничего, я рад. Мысли, что не доработал в этом бою, думаю над ошибками.
He's already thinking about his mistakes that he made in the fight, so I mean, he's happy he won, and he's just thinking about what he needs to work on.
Did it bother you that he was changing it southpaw to orthodox? Did that kind of throw your game off a little bit?
Ну, Я привык работать с левшой, с правшой, я спаррингую и с теми, так что то, что он менял стойку, для меня это не было проблемой.
He's used to sparring with guys who are southpaw and regular stand, so he's perfectly fine. He's comfortable.
Well, congratulations. Your stablemates right there, Murat, all of them have been cheering you on. And all of Ukraine is watching you. Can you send out a message to your fans? You could say it in your in Russian. Say a message.
Всем болельщикам передаю привет. Спасибо, что вы болеете за меня. Болейте дальше, я буду стараться радовать вас.
He wants to say hello to all of his fans and thank him for supporting him and continue to support him, and he will continue working and delivering great results for them.
Well, there you go. Oh, congratulations. Congratulations. There you guys go, undefeated fighters.
All right, thank you, Cynthia. Sergey can certainly Bogachuk leather, and Ryan Scalia says he's going to be in some wars, should see some of his World Series of Boxing fights nonstop. And James Kogi, 956 boxing coach, says Ukraine kid is going to make good TV fights.
Yes, absolutely. At the very least, he will be a fan-friendly. He's better than a club fighter.
No,
he is a TV fighter. He's